and tonight we have our super special guest. This is your time to be seen.
When I'm on stage, it's my time to just black out and to get it all out. I feel like there's no better drug or no better therapy.
So I just want to give you an opportunity to tell us anything, any hot goss.
We don't need to go on a Facebook rampage and cancel all of our bookings and just by saying that we're quitting drag. A main thing is knowing timing, knowing the time when you need to step back a little bit.
Where does all of that power and intention come from?
I would say that my biggest inspiration honestly comes from, I want to say, the hurt. Even though my mom's not here in the physical sense, I always like to bring her through my drag, like before I go out. Do my little like 1, 2, 3 for my mom. I actually grew up, this is something a lot of people don't know about me, is I grew up with really bad anger issues. I really kind of like sucked myself into my shell and kind of like cowered down to everything. To where I feel like drag's given me more of a voice. If I can stand up for my cause and what I believe in, that's so important because so many people are so afraid to. Literally, like there was a teenage girl who came up to me crying and like was shaking just because like she's never seen anything like what we were bringing.
Even if it's a small pride event, like it's so big for a small town in Indiana to even have a pride event.
When we can bring those smiles to like those people, those troubled souls almost too, who have always been told their whole lives that they're weird, they're an outcast, they don't fit in and stuff too. If we can be those weird people that stand out and on the forefront and show them that it's okay to not be okay.
And I know there's so many queer kids out there that might not be out and can one day still be their most authentic self.
Yes, baby, put that makeup on. The next chapter for Aura is always moving and grooving. Baby, the Aura is going national. We gotta give it a little shh. No, I will not press charges or anything. Kill me, bitch.
Hola mis amores, my name is Divina Duven and this is To Be Seen. I am your host and tonight we have my drag mother, we have Miss Indy Pride 2025, we have a vegan in the community, we have a presence in the community, and today is time to step in what is behind the Aura.
Ooh.
Welcome.
How is the Aura today, daughter?
We're feeling we're feeling great. We're feeling amazing. We're feeling refreshed.
Baby, she's giving her 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, yeah,
I'm loving it.
I have to do a little something because we have royalty here with us today. So
I know you got me blushing. I don't like behind the blush, baby. Looking fierce, baby. This is why she's my daughter right here.
that's how we do it in this family, guys.
Absolutely, I know that's right.
Okay, so this is our first episode, which I am so excited and happy to have such an amazing guest here with us for the first one.
I'm honored.
So, To Be Seen, we want to highlight our local superstars and give them a platform to get seen and just show who they are behind the scenes, show who they are backstage, and show who they are on stage. So for our first section, we're going to dig within of what's powering and motivating Aura. So this is our first segment, Within. So you have been doing drag for a long time.
Long time.
We would love to know like a little bit like very Spark Notes version of like your start in drag, and you're still evolving obviously.
Yeah.
So let's hear the moment that it first clicked.
It's crazy because I feel like the moment that even like clicked when I was like, oh, this is what I want to do, is like before I even stepped out on stage, it was literally like, I like so many people can relate, like when you're in the bedroom, just cross-dressing, just when you put on that wig for the very first time, the wig and lashes, because that's always what changes
Wig and lashes.
Wig and lashes. When I put that like beyond in my bedroom for the first time, I knew that's what I wanted to do. Yeah, that's I knew exactly that maybe being a professional cross-dresser was in my cards.
And I know for you, we have talked before a little bit about your story and how Aura came to be. And I know for me, it's kind of similar too. It is about that moment where we see our first cross-dresser somewhere on media, on television, even like at the club. And we are, as artists, we have so many creative things that we have going on, and we see drag and we are like, this is the one.
This is the one. This is
where I
it.
can put everything
The
together.
art form that like combines all of the things we love with hair, makeup, performance, like we get to be like our pop divas, but not actually sing and everything. That's when like I knew, and I knew that and like you said, that first time that you see someone too that you knew, and like I grew up on Drag Race at 9, but I remember being like 8 years old too. That was like a year right before them, seeing Sherry Vine's little parodies talk about shit in her pants, and I was like, this is a suspenseful looking woman right here, a suspicious looking woman. But I was like, I'm kind of into it.
Right. And then look at us years later.
We are the
Look what you did, Sherry Vine.
Sherry Vine did.
And then I know you mentioned some of the pop divas that we obviously grew up with.
Mhm.
So that takes us into our next question that kind of relates into it. And it is, where does all of that power and intention come from when you're on stage or when you're preparing numbers or anything with your creativity? Like, what's your inspiration or where all of this comes from?
I would say that my biggest inspiration honestly comes from, I want to say, the hurt and like all of the emotions. I am constantly going, I work like 3 jobs. I do hair, I work for a wig business, and then also this thing called drag and everything that's behind the scenes of it. I'm constantly in a state of being stressed out. I thrive in a state of being stressed out. I almost need it to be able to function. And when I'm on stage, like any of the hurt throughout the week, any of like my emotions, my stress and everything too, it's my time to just black out and to get it all out. I feel like there's no better drug or no better therapy than taking the stage. And it can be whether there's 5 people or 500 people there. I'll take that opportunity, because even like sometimes, even when there is empty chairs, only 2 people, you never know who is in that audience ready to.
And then you will always get that one person that's going to come to you and tell you how much it meant or how much
Yeah.
they enjoyed the show. And that one person, that's why we do it, and that's why it's so worth it.
Yeah. What would you say your biggest driving force is in that?
I would say impacting people in a positive way.
Absolutely.
And that goes with what you were saying about, to me, it doesn't matter if it is a packed room or if it is just 3 people, 2 people, or even 1 person, because at the end of the day, as an artist, we have, like, our goal is to entertain people. Yeah, bring a smile to
absolutely.
their face. And yeah, I love that. That's why I feel like we get along the way we do. We connect so much because we have that driving force that is love for the art form and what we do and our community. So for our third question and last for this segment, I wanted to ask you, and this question is not only about you telling your experience, but also maybe using this opportunity to talk to all of the newer queens and newer entertainers, and even myself, that obviously you have so much more experience, not only in the scene, but with the art form. So this question is a little bit more about longevity. And how do you stay still connected to the art form? How do you stay still in love and still motivated, even like all of throughout these years that you have had peak and valleys, but you're still thriving and killing it?
Oh, that's such a good question. I feel as if longevity comes, and I am still learning this as I do drag each and every time, because though I've been doing it for 8 years, it's mainly the people who I've been looking up to who have been doing it for 80 years, like Vicky St. James.
Icons community.
Okay, maybe like Vicky St. James, Sage Summers, Lisa St. Laurent, Veronica Castro, Miss Coco Van Cartier, Asia LaBouche, especially those ladies of legends too, like taking in listening to your drag elders, because there is a reason that they are still doing it, and they may seem dried and washed up, but that's just their cooches. I will just tell you that, because they still bring it each and every other time. But it really just comes down to like holding yourself in that professional way. It is hard sometimes because we work in nightlife. We work in environments that are controlled by substance and alcohol abuse and whatnot, and we have to maneuver our way through these situations and everything. And I feel like you have to find a healthy relationship with yourself and a balance there. Also, it can be hard when we do surround ourselves with these things. And I think a main thing is knowing timing. Knowing the time when you need to step back a little bit and just observe, and then knowing when it is your time to be in the forefront. Because you can't be a successful entertainer if the person behind all the makeup isn't
I
is
agree.
isn't in a good state. And that's the beauty and the luxury of drag, is we're not contracted to this art form. We can hang up the wig, we can hang up the heels whenever we want. We don't need to go on a Facebook rampage and cancel all of our bookings and just by saying that we're quitting drag. No, just take a forefront in the back. Just don't accept the bookings right there. Yeah, and exactly, take a little breather. That's like the perks in the journey. And I also think is doing drag for you. You have to do at least every show that you do. We all have our numbers that we go to make the money and stuff, because that is what it's about to us at the end of the day, to be able to fund drag since it is so expensive. But also having that one song that you do for you, having that one song that you do because it's your favorite song right now, or your heart's in it. Because I will tell you, even if no one knows that song, if your heart's in it, they will come up to you asking what song it was.
Yeah, and it will show on the audience. It will recharge you too. Like, I love going on stage and performing my favorite songs. Like, it's just... It's everything. I feel like even going back to the icons and seeing, like, our pop divas growing up on stage, like,
totally
giving it all.
It's literally
like,
what...
we get to live our little pop star diva dream, too.
Yeah, and I want to say, too, when we talk about longevity and stuff, too, and it is really with that lens of, like, what we do and what our goal in wanting to do is, and I think something that drew me to you immediately was... I mean, I've been doing this around the area for going on 8 years now. There isn't many people that I don't know, or I haven't, like, seen their faces and whatnot. And I showed up to this Miss Indy Pride pageant this year, seeing this stunning bitch right here, and I literally was like, who is she? And the way that your aura that was about you too, I literally, like, I remember coming and just introducing myself to and being like, whoa, like, I was taken aback, because I could also just tell you were doing this because you had a love for it. And it also just takes so much to put yourself out there in a pageant, and especially being like that was one of your first it was one of your first pageants.
My first pageant
your
ever.
First pageant ever, and you went out and you were going against like me, Georgette Chevalier, baby, like but you held your head up so high and you did not let it get down, and you were at your first pageant and you won on stage question and answer. Bitch, I've been doing this 8 years. Georgette's been doing this years, and baby, we choke up at that. That is a category that you cannot just fake it, and that's what I knew too. I was like, you have something special too, and that's where the longevity stems from, is doing it based on what you love, and you already go into this thing called drag, holding true to your heart and wearing that on your sleeve and at shows. And I can't wait to just, I'm so grateful to be alongside it.
I really appreciate you. And then one last thing before we move into our next segment, talking about like the first time we met in person, which was Indy Pride. I feel like I love the art form. I love being an artist. I love doing what I do. And it has been such a blessing having the opportunity to step into the scene here in Indianapolis. And I hold the people that came before me in such a high pedestal. Obviously, I knew of Aura and Georgette. So, like, seeing them backstage at Indy Pride, it was an honor. And also, like, meeting, like, celebrities and people that I, like, look up to. So, it has been so nice to getting closer to you and getting to know you and now be a part of your drag family. Because I know we're gonna do so many
baby,
things
and
together.
we absolutely are. And like, even just coming down to that with like drag family and stuff, it's like, yes, I see you and like that you're gonna do amazing things, but I also never want to like overshine for that, like, because there's so many people in this community who'd want to claim people just when they're on the uprise. I've had people try and just claim me when I'm on my uprise or I'm doing good, but you also have to be there, like, even like as like me wanting to. On your journey, I want to be here through the rough and the raw, and
still, like, I have so many questions too.
Yes.
Like, I know I can go to you, and you have already taught me so much and so many little tips and bits. Then I feel like that's what it's all about, and
you listen. That's like such a big thing too, because so many people want that. No, a lot of people want is just borrow drag, or they want to do this and that, or claim names. But you want to learn, and you recognize when someone wants to learn when they actually take your advice and apply it. And I've wasted my advice on so many people who are like, in good advice too, on like people who don't want to hear or think that they already know it. And like, that's what I recognize in myself too, is you have that eagerness and that want to learn, and you take it in the people who come before you, and just like I take in from the people who have come before me, and I feel like that's what's made me a better entertainer. So I love getting the opportunity to just see you become the star that you are destined to be, and continue to watch you soar for the stars.
Thank you. And then before we move into the next segment, one last bit. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. Like,
no,
we are learning from the people, and they are successful, and they have the shows.
Yeah.
that they have today at the venues that have been running for decades because they are doing what's right. So we need to
Yeah.
learn from them.
This is To Be Seen, a space for queer performers to share their stories. We're looking for local businesses and artists who want to support this work by sponsoring future episodes. If you'd like to advertise your business or event here during ad breaks on this podcast, please reach out to Media by Nick Cagle. Let's keep these stories alive together.
Hello, welcome back to Be Seen with Divina Duven and my drag mother, Aura Aurora, in the house. We are going to get started with our second segment. So we already went within and we already got to see from the heart who is Aura. So now it's time to step beyond and talk about how you show yourself to our community, the things that you like to do, the kind of numbers or shows that you like to do, and all of that fun stuff. I have a few questions ready to get us started and going. So let's start with our first question, which is going to be pretty simple. Where do people get to see you in your element, doing drag? Like, where are your favorite local venues? Where are your favorite kind of shows? Maybe who's your favorite local show producer?
Baby,
Let's get into the tea.
Let's get into the tea, honey. It's so hard because I feel like even too something that you can probably relate to is every place of doing drag is so different.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like it's such a different vibe. Just this, and I feel like nowadays too, brunch shows are especially so popular. Like in the straight places, like with that fluorescent lighting and everything. Granted, the brunch shows can be great financially wise, although I think some of the most fun places to perform are like those late night shows. I feel like those are when you get the chance to do a little bit more of that raw stuff that like you get to do for you more so. You can be a little bit more conceptual if you want because people, I mean, they're there for the weird and the odditiness of it. I love to serve like high glamour, but I also do. I mean, I love to be a little high hooker whore too myself. You know, do my little one to show the aura, as you were saying. Gosh, I want to say too, like recently too, like Greg's is somewhere too, like in Indy. It's the only gay show bar here currently still in Indiana, or in Indianapolis, which is so sad because we've had to watch so many queer places close. To where I'm very grateful that there's somewhere that's still going in that regard. I'm very grateful for all of the show producers who do book me and then who also just still go out there and make drag happen wherever it is. Though we only have one queer place open, it's show producers like you bringing drag to these places like Monsters Inc., to Carmichael, to all these brunch venues and restaurants and everything too, where we can just make ourselves more visible.
Leave a little mark on like every space that we can.
Because it's visibility, and I feel like that's something that you bring a lot of light to.
For me, for example, again, I'm still learning and meeting all of these new places and getting to perform at all of these new places. Love all of them, and I obviously love every opportunity I get to perform and every opportunity I get a booking and to go somewhere. I feel like my favorite places usually same are kind of like the late night shows.
Yeah.
If there's a spotlight, girl.
Oh, baby, a spotlight. I know that's the true dying
art
form.
It'll make you feel the fantasy. Greg's is another amazing place. That's a goal, dream place.
Yes.
For me to be one day.
After Dark.
I'll update you.
Okay.
When it happens.
After Dark in Fort Wayne is also an amazing place too. Who like another very tried and true, long running queer bar here in Indiana. That's a great place. I can't wait to get you there as well.
Let's talk about Indy Pride.
Yes.
So we are coming out of the Pride season, and it has been absolutely insane.
Wild.
For you as our reigning Indy Pride. So I just want to give you an opportunity to tell us anything, any hot goss about this Pride season, what has been your favorite part? Like, how has the community been? You were on the Indy Pride main stage
I
and you
know.
totally killed it. So,
Thank you.
yeah.
Pride season has definitely been absolutely crazy. From Indie Pride, there being a ton of there were so many people to even like the small little prides. Like I did Connorsville, Indiana, which was I'd never even heard of Connorsville in my life before this, but there were people there who literally like there was a teenage girl who came up to me crying and like was shaking just because like she's never seen anything like what we were bringing. She had never seen the love that we had brought to the festival or even just that town. People don't get to see that like people like us are just even queer expression to where it really is such an important thing. And even though Indie Pride had over 5,000 people, the Connorsville Pride where there was literally maybe 30 people, like it touched my heart kind of so much more.
And that's why we do it. Like that one girl coming up to you and getting to, even if it's a small pride event, like it's so big for a small town in Indiana to even have a pride event in the first place. And I know there's so many queer kids out there that might not be out and have seen you perform on those big stages, and they know that they can one day still be their most authentic selves and shine on a stage of that caliber. So
yeah, it's like branches back to like what we were talking about too. We do it to make someone else smile, and especially when we can bring those smiles to like those people, those troubled souls almost too, who have always been told their whole lives that they're weird, they're an outcast, they don't fit in and stuff too. If we can be those weird people that stand out on the forefront and show them that it's okay to not be okay, then we are doing our jobs.
And we were those kids. Like,
yeah,
I'm
we were.
sure that,
Absolutely.
that we had to overcome all of those obstacles as well. So it's nice to now have opportunities like these. And hopefully this video will get to one of those kids and look, you can be this gorgeous and we got you. We got you.
Okay.
We are committed to keep creating spaces like this and also in our community for you to be safe and live your most authentic life.
Yes, baby. Put that makeup on.
Now we go into the last question for our Beyond segment. And for this question, I just want you to tell us, what does the next chapter for Aura look like?
Ooh, the next chapter for Aura is always moving and grooving. I always have 1,000 projects going on at once, but I want to say the manifestations and the work is, baby, the Aura is going national. I have some things in the works, and hopefully they will only just continue to transpire, whether that be traveling a lot more. I really want to get my name out to different states and everything too. In the next year, I would love to go to even just different open stages and whatnot in different cities, like almost plan my little AJ and the Queen type tour too.
That was so cute,
right? Yeah. I really would love to go to New York and do an open stage there. I already have a lineup too. They have multiple open stages. We'll talk on that later. Yeah.
Little family road trip.
Family road trip. We'll get on that and the details and whatnot. But I really just want to say, spreading the love and positivity wherever I can continue to do so, and spread my voice, spread my message, and my drag. I have so many things on the horizon. More pageants, more shows, more stages, more looks. More drag. That's just what is looking forward for me. And being your mother, I have to turn around the question and ask, what's on the upcoming trajectory for Miss Divina Duven?
So, for me, I'm just going to keep doing my thing, keep working hard. As you know, there's so many projects that we're actively working on and so many fun things to look forward to. This being one of them. So it's so fun that we're getting started with it. I fell in love with pageantry, and you literally saw that happen in front of your eyes pretty much. And I am actively working on my package for my next pageant. I don't know if I'm ready to tease it yet.
Not yet. That's both of us. We gotta give it a little shh.
But it's gonna be big. It's gonna be big, and it's already so sickening.
It is. It is.
This family is not coming to play next year. That's all I'm gonna say.
And that's what I'm saying too, is you're so new to this as well, but you're also continuing to inspire me so much and bring so much of my love. To have someone too, in my family too, who you have such a love for pageantry too, and just wanting to put yourself out there no matter what happens, because you see what we learn from each of it, to where even on both of our journeys, our pageantry journeys, for what we both have in store, I'm so excited that we get to be in it together. You may be my newest born, but you're also like, yeah, the newest being to my life and newest friend, where I'm just so grateful to have someone alongside the journey who's
Me too.
mutually going through it.
It's so amazing to have people that understand and share the same aura
Okay.
among ourselves, and that we just get each other. So with that, that's going to bring our second segment to a close.
Thank you for your support on our new project titled To Be Seen. We are opening ad spots in between segments for local businesses and artists in the community who want to partner with our mission. Your support will help amplify queer voices right here in the community. For sponsorship info, message Media by Nick Cagle to learn more.
Welcome back to Be Seen with Divina Duven, and tonight we have our super special guest, Miss Indy Pride 2025, Aura Aurora. And now we are ready to wrap up this podcast with our last segment that we are going to title 3, 2, 1 to Be Seen. So first we're going to start with number 3, which is going to be 3 really kind of like fun, more lighthearted questions. Pretty quick and to the point answers. The first one is going to be, what's non-negotiable for Aura? Lashes or nails?
Lashes.
Okay, period.
Oh, baby.
I think that's kind of like an easy answer.
I feel like yeah, I feel like that's the easy way out too. Like, I do like love to have the nails to feel it, but baby,
you can always put on a glove.
you can put on a glove. You can, or just perform like this and not show your hands.
Literally.
But a lash
We'll bring it together.
I'll feel naked, babe.
Mhm. Question number 2. This one's really fun. So, if you have to duet with one pop diva, who are you picking, and what song or number would you be doing?
Baby, I think the answer is obvious. I would definitely choose my Lord and Lady Gaga. And oh my god, okay, but the number that I would get to do with her, I would probably say right now I'd want to do Killa with her, and I'd want her to just kill me. If I could die, if Lady Gaga could kill me, no, I will not press charges or anything. Kill me, bitch.
And I would be like, that's fair. Like, I'm so sad that my mother's gone.
Yeah, but you know what?
Gaga did it, so
Gaga killed my mom.
it was her last will. Okay, let's go with our last question for this little 3 segment, and it's going to be, what's your pre-show ritual that maybe nobody would expect? Like, what's that one thing that you usually do every time that you have a show?
Baby, okay, so before and after a show, I have to shower. I can't regard this. I ain't gonna be no musty, dusty, crusty bitch. And then also afterwards, I'll feel too musty, dusty, crusty if I don't. So I think definitely a shower. That's like the time where I have to put my phone down. It forces me to just think about any and everything last minute that I have to do. I also want to say that right before I go on stage each and every time, I always do my little 1, 2, 3 for my mom. Just think about her. I always anytime and if I don't do it or if I'm rushing and forget, it's always known because always have something that fucks up. My heel will break. Something will happen. So even though my mom's not here in the physical sense, I always like to bring her through my drag before I go out on stage each and every time.
I love that. And I could not relate more with the shower. I feel like in a way, not only obviously with the makeup and sweating, and there's so many layers when we do drag, it gets crazy, guys.
Cooking.
It gets crazy. And one more thing is I feel like water just helps wash out all of the energy from the night. We are around so many people, especially at bars and places, so it's so nice to have that moment to just strip everything down from.
It's a mental reset almost too, of just the water, of just the silence of that's all you're hearing, the water. You're not hearing the music. You're not hearing everything else. And that was the last question, wasn't it?
So we have a few more.
Okay, good. Let's hear it.
Yes.
Let's hit it.
Those are the 3 kind of fun questions.
Oh, fun.
Now we're gonna go with 2, and we're gonna step it up a little notch, and we're gonna get a little more personal.
Okay.
So our first question is going to be, what has drag taught you about your own power as a queer person in the world?
Oh, drag's taught me about my own power to just hone up on, I guess, being assertive in myself. I've always been someone I actually grew up, this is something a lot of people don't know about me, is I grew up with really bad anger issues. I used to be whooping my brother and sister's asses like for wearing a new pair of my socks or eating my cereal. Like I banging my sister's head against the stairs, yelling. And then it was after my mom died that like I really kind of like sucked myself into my shell and I'd be kind of like cowarded down to everything. Like even in school and stuff, I would kind of like let people say anything or like I'd be too scared to like ever speak for myself to where I feel like drag's giving me more of a voice. I'm still finding that in some senses to where like but in some senses, but it's giving me it gives me the power to almost like have that to where I can stand up for myself and for those that I love. Especially too recently, like just know with everything going on in the world and knowing that drag is what I love, I am never gonna stand down for it. If I do die in drag as a martyr, I will absolutely do such. If I can stand up for my cause and what I believe in, that I feel like that's so important because so many people are so afraid to.
And for our second question, I want to ask you, after a number, what do you hope lingers to the person? Like
Oh.
not necessarily like physically or like, oh, she looks sickening.
Yeah.
But more of like the feeling.
I think one of the best compliments someone can give me and stuff are like, damn, that bitch had fun. Like she
Love
enjoyed
that.
what she was doing. Like I've had people tell me they were like, oh, you was feeling it, weren't you? Like to have that, to be able to show, and I think that ties back in with like always each and every show you do, doing that one number for yourself.
Yep.
Because if you're having fun, the audience will know that
Exactly.
you're having fun. So yeah. Being able to tell that I'm feeling it, I will say that's the best.
I love that. I love that question. Okay. Now it's the time. We have arrived to that portion of our program where this is your time to be seen. So if you have to look at that camera over there and look at your audience straight in the eyes, and this is the last opportunity for you to say what you're about to say, this is going to be the last opportunity for you to get your message out there. What would you want to tell them?
Oof. For all of those individuals questioning themselves, questioning anything in their lives, and just questioning, knowing that it is okay to not be okay. There is hope on the other side, and the sun will rise another day.
That was beautiful, and this has been the amazing and incredible Aura Aurora. Is there anything else that you like to plug before we go? Your social media.
Yes. My social media, Instagram and TikTok is at How's the Aura, HOWZTHEAURA. My Facebook, Aura Aurora, Venmo Cash App at A Aurora XO. You can catch me all throughout the state of Indiana, peeking into here and there, and hopefully you'll see me and my daughter.
And you will. You're gonna get tired of us.
And somewhere else in a greater scheme. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
I'm so honored to be on the first episode, and
Okay.
then also my first ever like podcast and whatnot too. I'm so freaking proud of you and all the things that you keep continuing to do, from Monster House to the pageants to this first podcast. You are on such a forward trajectory, and maybe we're doing it.
I love you so much. Thank you for being here. And
Thank you.
I know she'll be back. So thank you so much for watching our first episode. Like, subscribe, comment, you know the deal. But how can you not? Like,
Okay,
love us.
maybe.
So we'll see you next time. We have an amazing guest for our second episode. So you better watch it. I love you. And we'll see you next time.
To Be Seen exists to highlight the voices of queer performers in Indianapolis and surrounding communities. Want to help us build this new project? Local businesses and artists can now sponsor an episode and be featured right here during our breaks. To get involved, contact Media by Nick Cagle. Let your voice be heard.